What I love about these versus battles is that it gives us an opportunity to learn about the background behind certain songs. It's not always just playing songs back to back. And it was great to hear the background behind You Got Me from both Erykah and Jill.
We was in, I think it came out a few years before you, and I didn't know who Jill Scott was, but they played me this song with this lady's voice on it and said, Erykah, do you want to be on this song? I was like, okay, let me hear it. Heard your voice, and I was like, what I'm gonna do? You know, because it was just so, it was dope. It was the most beautiful melodic thing. I was like, what is going on with this? And it was
Well,
just
you
one of the most
killed.
beautiful songs I'd ever heard in my life. And I didn't know you at the time. So it was like, once Common was kind enough to let me know, we won a Grammy from that song that you wrote, sis. And Common was kind enough to let me know who you were. And at that time, I reached out to you immediately. Your album hadn't even come out yet. And it
No.
was just, I think it was instant. It was an instant boogie between us. And ever since then, we've been pretty tight. And I appreciate your writing, your energy. It fills us all up, you know.
I don't know if I ever told you this. I mean, I'm sure you know, but you gave me the roots, gave me my first opportunity to write anything ever. It's the first song I ever wrote, ever, and that's a hook.
Wow.
But I had never
Wow.
written anything. Quest
Wow.
was like, "What's up?
Wow.
Can you do this?" And I lied. I said
Wow.
yes.
Destiny.
Yes.
Destiny.
Right.
Destiny.
And for you, Queen Badu, to sing words that I wrote. And I don't think you've ever done that again. Like everything else you've written yourself. I'm so honored. I'm so honored. I'm going to keep this thing going. I'm going to play the exact same song. And I'll tell you why. We were in New York. Yup. Take it, deal with it. We were at the Bowery Ballroom.
Okay.
And it was myself, Rich Nichols, Sean G, and Lizelle. What's up, Li? We were waiting backstage. You got caught in traffic. And Quest was like, you got to go on. You got to go on. And it changed everything.
To hear Erykah say that she would have done BADUIZM differently is really interesting to me, because that's one of my favourite albums and it's a no-skip album for me, and it means a lot to me because it came out in the year I was born, and it's really rare that I like an album all the way through, so I'll always have love for this album and for Erykah, but it would be interesting to see if I would feel the same if I heard the grimier version.
In my whole demo, BADUIZM was already done before I got a record deal. And you know how you go into the industry, and I really don't have a horror story with my label, but a couple of things that I would have done different. One is my whole album, BADUIZM, was dirty and grimy as hell. It was just dirty. It was underground. The drums were dirty, and they cleaned it up to a place where it was super, super clean and crisp and clear, which is a choice. But I would have kept my shit dirty.
When they were talking about the stank face, it reminded me of this tweet that I saw a few weeks ago. So it was saying, producer tip, when you play your music for people, watch how their body reacts. Seeing a physical response to frequency can help you adjust your music so it's felt rather than heard. And it just reminded me of the whole concept of having physiological responses to music, like just saying, oh, I love the song, I really love that song, is powerful, but not as powerful as actually having a physical response, like making a face, having goosebumps, actually moving. Like, that is so powerful.
The biggest compliment that an artist can pay to another artist is this.
That's it.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I wish Erykah played more of her songs the whole way through like Jill did, but I like what she did with Time's a Wasting.
Hey.
No telling.
No telling.
No telling.
It was great to hear how both Erykah and Jill started getting into writing, and who knows, if it wasn't for Jill Scott's English teacher, we might not even be hearing her music today. And I think this is why educators are so important and so necessary.
What inspired you to become well, I guess nothing inspired you because you were born who you are, but what gives you the courage to write your poetry, to write your words, and then share them with people? Because I have poetry books, but I don't share it with others. What inspires you to do that?
Well, can I get that blessing? I swear I'll rub your feet.
When
Can
today?
I get that? I'm all the way over here, girl.
Today?
Can I get that? I swear I'll rub your feet. You don't have to read it in front of everybody.
Okay.
All right. Nice. 8th grade, Fran Danish was my English teacher. 8th grade. And she asked us to write an essay about anybody we wanted. Just close your eyes and point. She had a list. And I landed on Nikki Giovanni. And it opened my mind and blew my wig back because I had never seen myself on paper before. And after that, the door just opened. Langston Hughes, James Baldwin, just beautiful. Sonia Sanchez, all these amazing writers that could paint me with words. That's how it started. Yeah. Thanks to Fran Danish, wherever you are. Thank you, Miss Danish. And my girlfriends, Gail Lane, and Leslie Pina. And they were like, you should read this. You should read this. So I did, and I'm glad. Changed me. Yeah.
It's a special thing. It's a very vulnerable thing to do, and we appreciate it. I mean, you're an author. I mean, your writing is super prolific and very touching.
How did you start writing?
How did I start writing?
Yes.
I started writing when I was about 5 years old. I started writing poetry, but I just shared my first poem on IG that I wrote when I was 10, I think. I used to just write. I just had so much in me that I needed to get out, and I still don't know how I'm gonna get all of this out. But it was just one of those mediums to get things out of it. Any kind of art, painting.
Yes.
Dressing up the dolls, making them clothes, doing hair, just any kind of thing to get all of this stuff out, very similar to you. Just had these things in me that I didn't know what they meant or what to call them. I just tried to express myself in any kind of way possible.
Thank you for not being afraid. There's a lot of great writers that are watching us tonight that are holding on to a lot of amazing work, thoughtful work that will change lives because they don't know how people will accept it or receive it. And it doesn't matter. You have to get it out. You're just holding on to something that at this point, it doesn't even belong to you anymore. Sure. Once it's on paper, once you put it down, you have to release it to the world. It's it's mandatory. I tell myself that all the time because I hold on to things too. I get it. We've been talking over the years a lot about fear and what stops us.
I love that they talked about this, and who knows, many people could have been watching who actually needed this, and through hearing this, hopefully they'll start to release their creative works. And fear can be so crippling, and I think it's so important that we don't let it affect us and we don't let it stop our goals and our dreams. I hate that people in the music industry, especially women, are always pitted against each other. Like, it's just so negative and toxic. There's room for everyone in the industry. There's room for people to love each other and be friends. Like, there's no need for unhealthy competition. There's no need for hate. There's no need for rivalry. Like, consumers will purchase what they like. It's not a case of, oh, you can only like one or the other, or oh, these two must not get along.
People should know that we friends. They don't know that.
No, they've pitted us against each other for a long time. a very long time, from the beginning. It's been some kind of stink in the air that didn't belong to either of us.
Definitely not.
So I'm glad to squash that for all of you.
Yeah.
There's room in the end.
Doesn't exist. I ain't got no enemies. I ain't got no beef. None of that kind of thing. Never had that. We grown. We don't do all of that.
When Erykah was playing Danger with Bruce Lee in the background, that was the perfect combination. It couldn't have been a better fit. And I really want to hear this song live with a full-on marching band. I feel like that would be epic. I learned something new because I'd never heard about Sugar Water Festival before, and whoever experienced that and went to that festival is so lucky. I hope that they do it again and come to the UK as well, because that would be really good. And just looking at the Wikipedia description of it all, it says that the Sugar Water Festival was a music festival founded by American recorded artists ERYKAH BADU, Queen Latifah and Jill Scott. The track played to amphitheaters and arenas in the United States during the summer of 2005 and 2006. It began in 2005 as an event to bring awareness to health issues to African American women. British duo Floetry opened shows during the 2005 run. The festival was relaunched briefly in 2006 with Khalees opening the show and comedian Monique hosting the festival. 2006 was the final year of their outing. The festival had plans to expand to Europe and Asia, however this did not come to fruition. So yeah, that's the description according to Wikipedia, and I hope that they would do it again.
Tell them about Sugar Water. Tell them about Sugar Water.
I don't even know how that conversation started. Probably your ass, because you're so ingenuitive. So many brilliant ideas. Was it you?
It was Queen Latifah, actually. Queen had all the sponsorships. She was CoverGirl, Tampax, MaxiPad, lipstick, lip gloss, bra, cross your heart, cross your back, every kind of
cross your titties.
Cross your titties.
Yes.
She was just really, really heavy in the marketplace. She was that black girl that everybody saw everywhere. Super talented. Queen Latifah, we love you. We love you. And we should redo Sugar Water, at some point. But Queen Latifah met me at Electric Ladyland Studio one day, and she was like, we should do a tour, and blah, 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 blah. And she had all the sponsorship. She let me name the tour and, create some artwork and everything. And there was no one else that I would want to do that with except for you and her. And it was crazy, it was just, is we had to take turns headlining. Remember that? And somebody.
Second.
You did?
Just for a second, I'm back. Yes.
What I'm saying is we had to take turns headlining this concert. 3 headliners taking turns headlining, and everybody was very gracious. But it was just like that. Whoever went first was performing with about 3 or 4 people in the audience still coming in and everything. It was just such a humbling experience. I remember I was on stage, gave me the life that I came to live. Those ladies putting their purse on the stage, looking for their keys, and I was like, this.
One of the funniest moments. I remember you saying, "What a bitch gotta do? Pull out my kidney." I passed out.
You said what?
You said, "What a bitch gotta do? Pull out my kidney."
Damn. My palms was bleeding. I was
hilarious.
It was a beautiful tour. We on this tour for about 3 years, Sugar Water tour. Really successful and inspiring for women. I think we should do it again at some point. Definitely.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Yeah. I'm glad to hear you say that. Okay, good. Now we just got to get Queen on board. Shit. Right. The only problem that we've ever had is that everybody has schedules. Shout out to Rochelle Farrell. Shout out to Kim Burrell.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shaka.
You weren't supposed to do that.
I
Shout out
didn't
to
mean
Anita
to.
Baker.
Shout out to Gladys Knight. Shout
Shout out
out
to,
to
come
Minnie
on.
Riperton,
Who else?
Millie Jackson.
Come on.
Oh, so
Don't
many,
forget
so
your girl,
many.
Nina.
Nina Simone. Mm, mm, mm.
Miss
Sarah
Billy.
Vaughan.
Sarah Vaughan
Somebody.
and Miss Billy. Miss Billy.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to say it
Yes.
again. Shaka Khan.
Yes.
Shaka
Shaka
Khan.
Khan.
Yep.
Everything.
We love to see artists giving credit to other artists, and some of the people that they named, I'd never heard of them before, so I'm going to listen to that clip again and check those people out.
The nastiest, most beautiful, nasty thing I've ever written.
Uh-huh.
I like it. I like it.
Jill describing Crown Royal as beautiful nasty was the perfect description ever. I feel like that sums it up perfectly. And Crown Royal is one of my favourite songs ever, like ever. I love how explicit it is without being explicit, if you get me. And I feel like it takes a really talented songwriter to be able to achieve that. I love seeing the sisterhood and the friendship between them. They genuinely love each other, support each other, hype each other up, give each other credit. Also, it's interesting how your music taste can change over time, because when I first listened to Woman by Jill Scott, I didn't like Can't Wait, but when she played it in the live, I was like, oh, what's this? I like this. And the same goes for Rolling Hills on her album Light of the Sun as well. And I got put onto new songs as well, because I stay reading the comments. So when someone commented about Until Then I Imagine, I was like, okay, let me go and check that out. I like that song as well. And then when Erykah played Today, that was my first time hearing that song. That song is so beautiful. It's going to be on repeat for me. And I just love Jill because there's just something about her music that is like no other. She's a true poet. And her ability to make you feel and imagine when you listen to her music is unmatched. Like with her songs, I feel like I'm there with her, experiencing what she's writing about, what she's singing about, what she's talking about. She's just a legend. And I just love how different ERYKAH BADU is. No one is like her either. Her music is so healing and powerful. And I love the fact that this VERZUZ was over 3 hours long. They didn't even play all of their hits, and that just shows how amazing they are.
I was in the basement. You got your next song on?
Yeah, I thought you weren't
No.
saying nothing.
Do
I'm
it.
sorry.
Do it. Do it. I ain't saying shit. Go ahead. You got it. You got that well going. That well.
That girl old. That's an old singer.
That's an old lady.
Well.
Yep. But you know what I'm talking about. Only older ladies say that. Well, I've been saying it since I was 5.
Well.
Right. Wow. It's a prick. It's a prick.
Prick. It's a dick. Who likes fear? Go on.
To me.
Yes.
If you see me on stage doing that, come get me. You know, I done did it too long if I'm doing that shit on me.
I heard if you stay in real gap leg, it's time for you to stop performing.
Trying to get your flat foot ready to balance.
That's what I hear. I don't know. We'll see. I've been into your show. I smell different when I leave. We've been on for 2 hours? Erykah, we've been on for 2 hours.
I have no conception of time. I don't know what that means.
One of the funniest moments, I remember you saying, what a bitch gotta do? Pull out my kidney? I passed out.
You said what?
You said, what a bitch gotta do? Pull out my kidney?
I mean, damn. I mean, my palms was bleeding. I mean, I was.
Hilarious. Oh, this is my first time live ever, Erykah.
It's not.
It is. It is. It's my first time. You
That's
broke
good.
my cherry, boo.